Hi, Jared here for RHF Accountants. Welcome to the third video in our Bookkeeping Tips vlog series. This video will be touching on business expenses that you may have paid for personally. The video will be touching on two areas: startup costs and expense reimbursements. Hope you enjoy. Part 1. What you need to know about business startup costs. What is a startup cost? Simply put, it's any money spent to get your business off the ground. This includes inventory, equipment, etc. All these items are needed in order to begin operations. Is there a time restriction for your startup costs to be eligible for tax purposes? Answer to that is yes. The payment must occur in the first fiscal period in which your business starts. What is my business start date? This can be tricky. Your start date isn't necessarily the date of your first sale or the day you start working. Usually, the day is determined by when you undertake a significant activity in the course of eventually earning a profit. Examples of activity that shows your intent to start a new business include start of construction on your place of business, purchase of materials or inventory, when your business is first advertised, when employees are first hired, or when contracts are signed. If your business happens to be incorporated, the start date is usually a little clearer and would typically equate to the incorporation date of the company. What are allowable startup costs? The following are a list of possible expenses that will qualify as startup costs that you may end up paying for personally. These include advertising, business fees, insurance, vehicle expenses, professional fees, office expenses, and supplies. Transferring assets to your business. If you already own assets that you want to transfer to your new business, there are a couple ways to accomplish this depending on how the business is structured. For a sole proprietorship, you will need to sell the assets to the business at fair market value. For incorporated businesses, a rollover is available, but due to the complexity of this transaction, we suggest that you consult an accountant. If the fair market value of the assets transferred to your business is greater than the cost, you will need to report a capital gain on your tax return. For GST purposes, you may be able to claim ITCs for GST paid on properties such as capital property or inventory on hand when the business commences. Part 2 will deal with expense reimbursements. Typically, when a business opens up, it has limited credit. Purchases on account through vendors might not be possible for quite some time. As a result, business owners typically find it easier to use a personal credit card to make these types of purchases. Handling these expenses should be done through a specific process. First off, you need to make sure you form a policy. An expense reimbursement form should be developed for summarizing all the expenses that you're paying for personally. Second, have a system in place to collect the information. All receipts should be stapled to the summary page prior to the company reimbursing you for any expenses. Number 3, stick to a standard repayment time frame. The reimbursement form should likely cover an entire month and result in only one check or transfer to the business owner. This would reduce your bookkeeping costs. Having procedures in place for expenses and reimbursements will help with the following: keeping your business and personal records separate, reducing bookkeeping fees, ensuring that you as the owner are reimbursed for any expenses that you paid for on behalf of the business, and will prepare you for similar situations once you hire employees down the road. As a small business owner, it's more than likely that you'll end up paying for business-related costs personally at some point in time. Having an understanding about startup costs and a system in place to handle expense reimbursements is crucial for the success of your business. If you need help getting your expenses arranged properly, feel free to give us a call at 403-343-7707. We'd be happy to help you and get you steered onto the right path. Please look out for the next video in the bookkeeping tips series, where we'll be touching on the use of cloud-based accounting software. Thanks for the support.